Okay, so today we're opening a box, and if you find that boring, I picked a nice view for you to look at, and that window over there is not broken, it's not tinted, just in case you notice when you're staring out the window because you find opening a box too boring. But I'm hoping it won't be, because I have a nice cool knife to open it with, my trusty old Swiss Army knife. This package, and I know what should be in here, I just don't know that that is what is in here, but it should be some really cool stuff to print with, and it should also be a part that I'm going to show you today how to maintain. Now, this was sent to me from Cape Town, and it's got a lot of very much packing in it. The first thing is very much in bubble wrap, one of these. Oh, and I can smell that. That is the vats from a Wanhao D7, and we're going to replace the FEP filament on that, which is why I've got it. But the other thing I've got is one of these stickers, which comes with some bottles, and I think that is all that's meant to be in there, which it is. And man, the shredding makes quite a mess, so we'll get that out the way. Give me one split frame to clean all this up. So there we have it. It's Monocore Resin Away and Monocore 3D Rapid clear resin. So we're going to be printing with this, and that'll be in an upcoming video. We're going to test that out and see how that goes. But what I'm actually going to show you today is how to replace the FEP on a vat. So we're going to be replacing the FEP film on this vat. This one is quite loose and it should be flexible. It should be like a drum, like this one here. This is a brand new one, and that's what you want it to sound like. So it should be as tight as a drum and pretty much sound like it as well. So I have a sheet of FEP film here that we're going to put on there, and we're going to take this off. So to save time, I'm going to use one of these, and I'm not going to talk because it makes a noise. Look at the scenery. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was a lot faster for you, because I'm going to speed that up than it was for me, because that took a little while. All right, so coming apart, I've got the backing, and that looks like it's been through quite a bit. And FEP, which actually has got resin stuck in it, so I don't particularly want to touch that. I'm going to put it over there, and I'm going to pause this video while I go and get something to clean this up with, because that's no good. Okay, so that's appeared on the desk next to me, which is nitrile gloves. And if you're into resin printing, you are definitely going to know what this is about. Buy them at a pharmacy. You can wear latex gloves. It probably seals better than the nitrile does, but my skin reacts a bit to latex, so I don't. The next thing is paper towels and isopropyl alcohol. This stuff is called rubbing alcohol, which is what it is sold as, but it is 91% pure isopropyl alcohol, and that works just fine. checking all the holes to make sure there's no paper bits from the towel stuck in there, just to clear it out the way. Alright, now I'm not crazy about this top seal because it does look like it's been through, but I'm sure that'll work. Alright, so the FEP film is the one that comes from Wanhao, and I'm going to do this without, just feel that that's clean. Let's clean that inside edge there a bit more. Yes, there we go, that feels nice and clean. And that should do the trick. So, that off. Close that up because it smells terrible. Okay, so the old FEP is off, and I have the new shiny sheet of FEP here. Essentially, that goes over the top, and we are going to screw down this part over it. So the way I am going to do that is, first I'm going to make 4 holes in there, which I'm going to use 4 screws to just locate them, poke through the other holes with something sharp, and then put those through as well. So how did we ever live without smartwatches? This one over there, so location is good, and first hole there, and you will notice this time, okay, now you're not screwing that all the way down. This is still loose and it's above, so it's flush. See there how it turns? It's actually above the, so the FEP is still straight underneath that, so that it doesn't, it's not being squashed yet. It's pulled straight. And that is so that I can locate the FEP film on here without it being drawn tight yet. So at this point in time it's straight, but it hasn't been pulled tight yet. So the screws pulling down is what's going to do that. Okay, that's 3 of them. And four of them. So the big thing to watch out for here is to not scratch or damage the FEP film as you're putting this on, because that would suck, because you'd have to start over and you will need to put another piece of FEP on it. Alright, so that's there, and I wonder if we've got something better for poking holes. I don't think I do. So now I am just going to, let's do that one in the middle there, that one in the middle there. Can you actually see? I'm now torn in the back of my head between you're getting to look at the background behind me, and moving the camera closer so you can see what I'm doing here. And I think, seeing as you're watching this video in the first place, you probably want to see what I'm doing here. So after I do this one screw, I'm going to bring the camera closer and show you what I've done, because I'm just nice that way. Okay, so that one, I'm going to back off a little. Right, let me get the camera closer. I started with those 4 there to get them located, and the FEP, or this top ring, is still above the top of the frame at the bottom. So at this point in time, the FEP is still completely flat. It hasn't been squashed down yet. So I've put those in there. I've poked holes to locate them. So I did those 4 first, and now I've done those, and I'm now going to actually go around and do the rest of them. So I'm using a Swiss Army knife because that's what I use to open the packet, and I'm just using that sharp pokey tool, but you can use essentially anything sharp that'll poke through that quite easily and not overly damage it. These 2 holes in the middle here are where the screws actually go through to tighten this down, so we'll leave those. I'm going to now just poke some more holes through, and you'll see when I'm putting these in, I'm actually not using that thing. I am just using the Allen wrench which does take longer, but will give us the desired effect we need. That one in, that one in. Okay. So yeah, the way I'm doing this, I'm trying to just spread out evenly as I tighten it up. And those will be the last 2. I'm not doing this in any specific order. I am just doing it to try and spread out the load equally, and there is, at this point, there's a bit of load on there. I haven't started pulling it tight yet. Right, so there you go, all of them, and you can see some of the ones that were in looser are just protruding a little bit, but I haven't actually tightened it up yet, so it's time to start tightening, and I'm going to try and apply pressure quite evenly. And as this tightens up now, this is going to start pushing down the FEP sheet, and that should create the seal. Okay, so it's not tight yet, but you can hear how tight that sheet is becoming as I'm tightening it down. See how loose they come as they start tightening up. Okay, so that's how tight you want it. And it's not all the way tight yet. Okay, that one is the first one to hit all the way to the bottom. All the way bottom. All the way at the bottom. And all the way to the bottom. So now I am tightening them all fully down. This sheet is properly tight. Can hear, tight as a drum. So some of these screws, like that one, feels like it may have been cross-threaded in the past. So it does struggle a bit. Okay, that went flying. So now I am tightening in a crisscross pattern to try and just spread the load. And if you've ever worked on cars and you know about torquing a cylinder head, that's kind of what I'm going for here. But that's pretty much done. Okay, really like a drum. So let me just check that I've got them all. There's one, which means that one's still gonna be. Let's do and now I am just checking that they all are tight. All of this done and checked, and that's what you're getting. It really, really, really is tight as a drum. All right, so last thing to do is you want to trim this edge off, and again you want to be careful with this because you want to trim here, but you don't want to get that blade close to the inside. So that leaves the one last thing to do, which I almost forgot about, and that is to just cut those out. Those two holes are for mounting the vat back on the D7. So that's pretty much all there is to mounting this and getting your vat nice and tight. And the tighter this is, the better your prints are going to be, the better the print quality. And pretty much just do what I did in the video. You just want to get this tight, and unfortunately it might take 1 or 2 tries to get it right, but you should be able to. And that's about it. So if you like this video on how to do this, firstly tell your friends, secondly hit the like button, and if you can subscribe, that would be great as well. And I'll see you in the next one, when we're going to be testing those resins out, see how they print on the D7. Won't be this vat, I've already got one on there. This vat's for somebody else. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Why are you still watching? I'm done. I'm just packing stuff in a box. Go do something else. Look what nice day it is outside. Well, in South Africa at least. I'm really done now.